Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today we are going to be starting on this Ford Kuga. Yep, we're going to have a good old crack at this today. Doors off, seats out, carpet out. We've got to really go for it because I want to get that, the carpet, and there's like a sponge underneath the actual black carpet on the car. And I want to get to that so that we can really dry this car out. So obviously we've got to take the wing off as well, the doors, and then just to have a look to see if there's anything behind any of the panels and if any other damage or whatever. Why is this a Cat S? Because there's no structural damage on this car. But we will find out for 100% if there is or not. So let's do this. So yeah, we'll be working on this one today, guys. The Ford Kuga with the water. I'm going to say water damage because, water did get into the car while the doors were smashed up like this. So yeah, water did get down into there. So, but has it done any damage? Probably not. There's probably not much wiring going on underneath these seats, but we're going to find out. I'm going to take these two doors off. We're going to get these two seats out, this driver's seat and the passenger, get it all out, get to that carpet. We might have to take this bench up as well, this bit here. I did put a humidifier thing. I'm not thinking this is going to dry it all out because it won't. But it is helping. So I thought I'd leave that in there. I have got a humidifier borrowed off of Mark, one of my followers, subscribers, long time supporters. He lent me his humidifier. We'll be putting it in the car, but we do need to get the carpet up first before we do that. I've managed to pull up quite a lot out of my machine. Last couple of days I've been pulling water out, and it is drying out. I've got to be honest, it ain't that bad anymore. But you can see, look, down there, this is this, look, we can see it. That's what I need to get to. I need to get to that because that's just soaked up. So we need to pull it all up. We need to get it all out. I'd love to get the whole thing out. The whole carpet, the whole carpet, if we can. But I don't know what it's like underneath this centre console and stuff like that. So we've got to have a look to see if we can. But I'm going to do my damnedest best to try and get this up. So let me set you up. Let's get cracking. Let's get the doors off. Just start stripping this car down and getting the seats out and getting to that carpet. So it's going to be a bit of a... are we going to be able to get it down, that carpet up in one video? I don't know. But let's just crack on. Let's see what we can do. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay. This does seem extreme, I've got to be honest, but definitely necessary. Because I just didn't know where the water was sitting, basically. Do you know what I mean? And until you do this, you just don't know. It's like these little vent channel covers, caps, whatever they are. You can see that there's water in these, look, just sitting there. So that has to come out. So anywhere at the bottom here, that's even just this little plastic thing there, look, there's a little bit of water sitting here. That's got to come out. We've got to clear everything out. This little cap here, there's some water in there. So, yeah, it looks like it stayed the bottom section. There's nothing up there. I'll try and get this out if I can and get it out of the way. I think it just pops together, so we'll pop that off. Yeah, there's actually not a lot. There's not a lot, because what's happened here is the underneath, the bottom part, is the foam. And it basically, it absorbs it, you know. So you can see, if I just turn this over, this is the driver's side. That is soaking wet. Absolutely wringing wet. That ain't. But this part is. This part I had to basically cut the top section. This sits at the back where the pedals are. I had to cut it because I want to get this dry, and the only way to get it dry is to get it out, to get underneath this part here. I'll take this off, I think, and then we're going to dry that out. I'm going to pull out as much as I can from the machine, and then every section is going to go outside, and it's going to get, yeah, it's going to get absolutely baked by the sun. We're going to clean the actual carpet as well on the inside, and then it's all going to go outside. So it's a bit time consuming. You can see like the patches on the tip there. This is dry. It's all dry. It's only these sections here where the water's the lowest point where the water can touch. So yes, definitely had to be done, and it didn't really. I've got to be honest, I thought it would take longer than this, but it didn't take that long at all, really. So this side, I'm assuming, wasn't going to be that bad. It's still there is still a little bit of water there, I've got to be honest. So I don't really know why that. That's pretty. Oh no, that's just dry. Up there is all dry. So there's no water coming from up there. Otherwise, that'll be soaking as well. That. All this will be absolutely soaked. It's not. It's dry. So there's no. There's nothing coming from there. It all comes from those two doors, or that door. Got a little bit of water there. Some water in here again. In there. This is all a bit dirty and a bit grubby. So we just got to clean it all up. Wipe it all down. You know. Yeah, clean it all up. But it had to be done. It had to be done. You guys know that as well. So that was one of the first things that people started messaging me and commenting on the first video of this car. First things they were saying, oh, that carpet's got to come up. Yeah, I know it's got to come up. So yeah, there we go. I don't do things by half, do I? But it had to be done. It's got to be done, guys. So let me set you back up. Let's start pulling as much as water as we can out of this carpet. I've really got to clean the other side first as well. Let's clean the other sides, pull as much as water as we can out, then get it outside and dry off all these carpets, and then it's just a reverse to get back in. But it's going to take a while for this to dry. Hopefully it will be dry today, and then we'll continue with this one, you know, in the next video. But let's crack on. We've got to get this done. Let's do this. So there we go. That is the inside now all cleaned up, as you can see, looking nice and clean. Done the other side as well. Still a little bit of little black over there, but that's just sort of ain't coming up solid. Yeah, so, but yeah, so much better. So that's all the carpets done. They're drying outside with the spongy bits as well, so I can leave them out there. Next, really, I want to turn my attention to the door and the wing. Get these off, because I have actually got 2 doors and the wing in colour to just swap straight back out. But we have to swap out a load of bits and pieces, like the handles, the wiring looms, the door cards, electrics, anything like that needs to be swapped over. We've got to do that. The wing is over there, just needs a clean up. And the doors are in the truck, one in the back and one in the cab. So yeah, I want to turn my attention now to this. So let me set you up, guys. Let's get this wing off, get the door off, and then we're going to start swapping all the bits and pieces over whilst this is drying, because I'll tell you why. I want to get these doors back on, if I can, today, and then we can close the doors, do it up, and then put Mark's humidifier that he lent me. I'm going to put that in the car overnight, and then that will bring out any other, bits of moisture or any sort of water, anything else that's in the car. So also what I want to do is I want to get the boot undone and get everything out the boot, and then just check to make sure there's no water or anything in the boot as well, because it does travel. I don't know, really. Am I just going over the top? I don't know, but I want to check. I just want to make sure. So I'll get everything out of the boot, and then we're going to go for it. So let's set up door and wing, get them off. Let's continue. Let's do this. Wow, guys, look at that. I've completely removed everything, and everything's been cleaned up and shined, but there is clearly no structural damage to this car. So this was definitely categorized wrong again by the insurance company. Yeah, anyway, enough said about that, because I could talk all day about why or how, or how comes they do it. But yeah, again, it's been done, and it's down to Cat S, and it clearly isn't a Cat S. It was just the doors have been hit and the wing's been touched. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys are going to go rah, 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 start getting on the comments, you know what I mean, about maybe it's something to do with the price, blah 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 blah. No one really knows, guys. Do you? Why the insurance company don't get, well, the main reason why they don't get it assessed and ripped apart and checked is because of cost. Basically, that's what it comes down to. They don't want to fork out for the cost of it being pulled apart and looked at properly. They just let Copart look at it at their site, and then Copart send pictures and reports back to the insurance company, and they take their guess if it's a Cat S or Cat N by what Copart send them. Simple as that. That's exactly what it is. So anyway, guys, I've got the doors in colour, as you can see. those are the two old ones over there. We have got to pull apart a few bits and pieces, like the door handles. On this one, it's wrong. It's got like a touch button there, so it might be the Titanium X model. Don't really know. Colour, spot on. I've got no questions whatsoever about the colour. I think that's going to be a really good match. It's just all the other bits and pieces that we've got to swap over. So, not sure with the rear door at the minute if it's the same. It looks the same, like the wiring loom and the plugs and stuff like that, but I've got to check everything. So, yeah, the first thing I want to do is do this driver's door, I think. That's what I want to do first. Because it will be driver's door, then the rear door. I suppose it don't really matter about these two doors, actually. I could do the rear one or the back one, don't really matter. But whilst this is here first, let's just do it here. I'll spin it round. We'll swap out all the other bits and pieces. We've got to swap out the lock as well. Like this is no good. We don't need this handle in here really. But this is one that's got a little push button. So it's got that little plug here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a wire plug that goes through. So I'm gonna have to pull it apart a little bit, find out what's going on, switch over the actual the wing mirror and even the plugs. Look at that. That is just been ripped out, completely ripped out. So no matter what, we've got to swap this over. Yeah. So let's do that next. I'll set you up. Let's get this door swapped over, all the bits and pieces, get the door on, and then, yeah, move forward. But the sun is starting to come out outside. It's getting really bright out there, nice and sunny, and the actual carpet and the foam is really getting a baking out there. So that's good. That is good. Let's continue, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay. Great progress today, honestly. Just the amount of stripping down and tearing apart these doors. But definitely happy with what's been done today. I got it to a point where I needed to get to, which is like both doors back on, glass back in, so we can leave it overnight tonight with the humidifier, just to get, you know, anything else that's in the car, like moisture or any water at all. I even took out everything out the back as well, just so that it can help the humidifier do its job. And we'll leave it over tonight, and then when I come back in the morning, I'll show you guys exactly how much water actually come out in that humidifier. When it comes to the doors, this one, really happy. Perfect, spot on. Gaps, absolutely lovely. And it's quite a good colour match, actually. This is dirty, so I'm assuming that once I clean it and then sort of run the buffer over it, it's going to, you know, be perfect. It's only slightly different. I don't know if it's coming out on camera. I'm probably just a little bit sort of over fussy, but you know, I'm sure that's going to be great once I'm finished up. But yeah, so this back door, absolutely spot on, perfect. It's exactly what it is. I even swapped over the glass. That was an absolute pain, that glass, to swap over. Much easier on the driver door, but the rear door was an absolute pain. But I wanted to make sure that when I'm swapping the doors, I'm actually replacing and putting back the original, as much of the original stuff as possible. And that includes the glass, guys. Like, it's just absolutely nothing on this apart from this rubber here, which we don't need on this one, but we do need on this one here. So I need to get that rubber off and put that around this door. But yeah, that rear door, spot on. Definitely happy with that one. The position of it, you know what I mean? It's not quite finished. I've got to put the door card on, finish it all up. But the position of the door, the gaps, is absolutely lovely. This one, it's another story. It's not quite lined up where I want it to be. So I don't know if it's these hinges are moved or what, but it's definitely not shutting properly. It needs sort of, you can see the gap as well. That's not lining up. This is not lining up as well. The gap needs to be, that gap needs to be the same as that gap there, which I've checked on the other side, which is about 4 mil. And you can see that we haven't got that there. It's actually sort of quite close, not hitting, but it's quite close to the top. So we've got to adjust this door and move that over. But yeah, it's just taken so long to strip these doors down. But definitely getting there, guys. So that is going to be the end of today's video. The carpets and that are outside. I'll quickly just show you the carpets outside. They're completely dry, bone dry, all of them. So yeah, really good news. It's been out in the sunshine all day and they're absolutely bone, even though that does look wet, it's not. It's absolutely bone dry now, right through. None of it is absolutely soaking wet anymore, so that's good. And it's dried the other side as well, so yeah, really good. So tomorrow we can put all that back in, and then just start the process of reinstating everything back in the car, and yeah, it should be good to go. It's absolutely lovely, this car. It's a really nice interior. There's no damage to anything. It's really been looked after well. So what else? Just want to quickly show you something that I found in the engine bay as well, which should be good news for us. And it is, let me see if I can get a camera down there to show you, if I can. Let me have a look. So can you see that? That belt which is the auxiliary belt, looks brand new, and it is Dayco. It's a Dayco auxiliary belt and a new alternator. You see it there. So, new alternator, new auxiliary belt, Dayco. So that could be a new timing belt, but I am going to check. We're going to do a service on this. I want to do a service because it is due one with the service book. But it'd be lovely to find out that is got a new timing belt as well. Wouldn't that be perfect? It'll be just an absolute spot on car. The whole package, everything will be spot on if that has been done. Yeah, so, but we'll find that out in another video. I've run out of time. It's just, yeah, gone away from me again. It's just time consuming, these doors, and stripping them down and getting them sort of back in and stuff. And I've took all the inside out as well. So yeah, but gonna call it a day. Done so much today. And we'll stick in the humidifier overnight, and we'll just see what it pulls out of the car. Hopefully, you know, when I come back in the morning, it won't be as too much, but we'll see. I'd like to see very minimal. That way I know that it's all cleared out. So, yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me do this one. This is the Ford Kuga. Drop me a comment if you've got anything to say, and give the video a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you soon.